Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Kaylee and I make videos all about reselling. In short, I go to thrift stores, I pick up items for really cheap, and I sell them on sites like eBay and Poshmark to make some money. Every week I come on and I share what sold from the previous week to give you guys an idea of what you can make as a part-time clothing reseller, as well as some things that you might want to look for while you're out at your thrift store to make a profit. Before we jump into today's sales, I wanted to talk about a sponsor of today's video. The brand is TIJN. I believe that's how you pronounce it, and it is spelled TIJN. They are an eyewear company and they reached out to me at the perfect time because I was actually in the market for a pair of blue light glasses. TIJN offers all kinds of eyewear, including regular glasses, sunglasses, and blue light filter glasses, which can be ordered with no prescription or with your prescription. Their corporation also just started a colored contacts company, and this company is called Moraga Color, which is super gorgeous. I love all of the colored contacts that they have on their site. But like I mentioned, I was most excited about the blue light filter glasses because I've actually been on the market for some. So cell phones, monitors, and basically any kind of screen time can cause eye strain, which can cause eye fatigue and, in my case, headaches. I personally look at screens for most of my workday, and I personally felt the negative effects of all the screen time, which is why I was so excited when they offered to send me a pair of blue light filter glasses. So I'm actually currently wearing them. They came in this really cute little case. I will put a little note up here on the screen of which particular ones these are that I got, in case you're interested in the style. But so far I've been wearing them. They've really helped with my eye strain, and not to mention they are actually really cute. The ones that I've been looking up online weren't super cute, and they had kind of a tinted lens, I guess you would say. And while these are tinted, they do come off as clear, and since I'm going to be on YouTube and wearing them a lot, I find them to be a lot better than the heavily shaded ones. As you can probably tell, even though they are clear, they do still have a tint. I'll look up here at the light and you can kind of see how it's filtering that light. And so this was the perfect solution for me, as I have been having a lot of eye fatigue as well as headaches and even migraines. For me, I'm really prone to when I'm staring at a screen constantly. So as a reseller, this was a no-brainer for me. I absolutely love them and they are such high quality. I actually own a pair of Ray-Bans and I can tell you that the quality of eyewear feels the same. I can't really tell the difference. I will have a link below to both TIJN and Moraga if you are interested down in the description. And if you decide to go on there today, they are currently offering on the eyewear site $5 off your order plus free shipping when you use the code 5FREE. All right, let's jump into today's sales.
Okay, so all of these sales on this breakdown screen happened between January 24th through the 30th. That's a Sunday through a Saturday. That is how I calculate my weeks, and that's also how a lot of these sales reports come in from the different platforms that I sell on. So if you're new to reselling, I highly suggest you calculate your weeks between Sunday and a Saturday. In total, I sold 44 items last week for a gross sales total of $1,646.28, making my average sale price $37.42. Total cost of goods for everything that sold was $266.17, and my average cost of goods was $6.05. I did have a couple items that I paid significantly up for, so I will share those with you when we get to them, how much I paid for those items that I paid up for. On eBay, I sold 30 items. On Poshmark, I sold 11, and on other platforms, I sold a total of 3. I sold 2 on Mercari and 1 on Depop. I'll also show you those sales today. And then my gross sales combined on those other platforms was just $134. Look backs of last week, I had what I would consider a lower sales week, but I did go on an unexpected trip to another state to visit my family for a total of 4 days. So I was gone for most of this week, which definitely impacted my sales. However, I did still have a little bit of activity going while I was gone, and so I'm really happy with where my sales sit considering I was gone. And so I did a couple things to keep that going. Average sale price is looking good. It's steadily going up. Right now, my goal is to try and push that over $40 of an average sale price. I've been between 30 and 40 for a while, and we're steadily climbing to $40. All right, let's dive into some of those sales. I'm going to show you the Mercari and Depop ones first to get those out of the way. So I sold this Chico's women's western cardigan. I actually have sold this before, but it got returned for fit, so it got relisted and sold pretty much immediately on Mercari. This one I sold for $35 plus shipping. Honestly, I'm just sick of seeing this here, so I probably could have gotten more for that, but with the return and everything, I accepted a lower price and just wanted it gone. So it was listed at $45 and I accepted an offer for $35. This is a Born handbag, but it is the lesser line off of Born, which is BOC, Born of Concept. If you just come across something Born, it's typically higher value, but if you come across BOC by Born, that is the lower line. However, I really liked this handbag. I thought it was very high quality. It was a braided vegan leather tote, and yeah, I just really like the style. I like the kind of distressed, worn leather look, which is really trendy right now. All in all, it was in extremely good condition. I actually listed this one a little bit higher on Mercari to account for offers and to account for the free shipping, but somebody actually just purchased it outright. So they purchased it at $49 with free shipping, which I was really happy with. It probably cost me about $8 to ship. And I sold this belt on Depop. This is an unbranded vintage Celestial Sun belt. At least that's what I called it. This is really on trend. Anything celestial, moon, space, star, sun, I think is doing really well right now. It kind of goes along with that bohemian trend. This belt did say it was made in Italy. It was really high quality. And I just like the uniqueness of the belt in general. So I listed this high on Depop and someone purchased it outright for $49.99. So I was really, really happy with that sale. Belts can be a really great seller and they don't take up a ton of space, so don't pass on belts. Okay, and moving on over to eBay. These are some of my highlighted sales from eBay, but definitely not all of them. I sold this pair of Haan men's waterproof plaid duck boots. Haan is not a brand I pick up in everything, but some of the more modern pieces or more unique pieces I definitely look for. These had very little wear on them, and this is definitely a style I think everyone's picking up right now, are these like winter-like duck boots. And they did say waterproof on the inside and for Sherpa lined. So all of those factors is the reason I picked these ones up, plus I like the colors. These ones I had listed at $49.91. They did sell at my full asking price, and they sold within days of me getting them listed, so I was really happy with that sale. This is another Haan piece. This is a women's bucket bag. And again, I don't pick up this brand all the time, but certain pieces I will pick up. I thought this was really on trend, kind of beachy. I thought it would definitely not sell until the summer, but to my surprise, it's sold now. And I had this listed at $39.99. It sold on an offer for $35.99. I also sold this Lululemon women's long sleeve top. This one I had listed at $33.99 with free shipping. It ended up selling for $30.59 with free shipping, and it probably cost about $2 to $3 to ship. Super lightweight. Here is the Lululemon logo if you're not familiar with it. And another one of those brands I definitely don't pick up everything, but more substantial pieces I like, and if it's long sleeve, I consider that a more substantial piece. I sold this pair of women's Lucky Bird jeans. These were called the Hayden Slim Skinny Jeans, and that information was on the inside. I picked these ones up because they were skinny jeans, so they're modern, plus they were size 12, which is a larger size to pick up. Typically, it's harder to find sizes that most people wear, like 10, 12, and 14, so I usually pick them up when I can because they usually flip quicker and for more money. So these ones I had listed at $38.87, and they did end up selling at my full asking price. So sometimes Lucky Brand can be a good jean brand to pick up depending on the style, especially in women's. You want to be super particular about the style. I also sold this men's pair of Lucky jeans, and these were called the 181 jean. Don't know what that means, but it was on the inside. And these ones I have listed at $32.91. They ended up selling on an offer for $29.62. I sold these pair of Eddie Bauer granny boots. I've noticed that granny is a term that people use for vintage boots that are really tight on the ankle, so like a combat style, but really super tight on the ankle and calf area, like these ones are. And so for that reason, I put granny in the title. And I did do my comps using the word granny, and so that's how I came up with this price. Had this listed for $49.91, and it did sell at my full asking price. So if you come across a pair of granny boots, especially if it's in a well-known brand like Eddie Bauer, definitely say they're worth picking up, but always, always, always do your comps. Also sold this Oil Lily. Here is the brand tag. I didn't know much about this brand, and honestly, if I just came across the tag, I wouldn't have picked this item up. But I did look up embroidered jackets in this brand, and they seem to be doing well. And so I love picking up anything interesting or unique. Plus the embroidery helps with the bohemian trend that is still going on. So I had this listed for $29.91, and it did sell at my full asking price. This is an LL Bean, one of my favorite brands to sell. Women's Nordic cardigan. This was 100% lamb's wool. I picked it up for the brand, the material, and the pattern all over it. You can't go wrong with all of those things in this brand. And this one I had listed at $34.87. It sold on an offer for $31.38. This is a shirt by Pendleton. It had the style name on the inside called Lobo. If you come across this, definitely worth picking up. This is a virgin wool, kind of like flannel button-up shirt, really high quality. Have this one listed for $39.91. It did sell at my full asking price. Next is an item that I did pay up for, one of the ones that I mentioned previously. This was a pair of Ugg boots, and these had the style name on the inside. They were called the Classic Tall Bomber, and these had shearling lining. They were a size 10, which is a pretty large size for women's shoes, in this like espresso brown color. They did have a little bit of discoloration or fading on the leather, on the toes, and kind of all throughout, but I cleaned it up with some leather conditioner. And overall, I think that they came back to life, and some people like that distressed look. But this style, if you come across the Classic Tall Bomber boots, there are very little of them out there, and I noticed the sell-through rate was really awesome. I purchased these for $30, $29.99. I figured since they were my size, I could wear them if I wanted. I did see some selling for a bit more than what I asked. However, due to the condition of mine, I dropped my price a little bit. So I listed these for $74.91. Sent out offers. They ended up selling for $67.42. So I pretty much doubled my money on those. They did sell really, really quickly. Sold a lot of shoes this week. This is a pair of Timberland men's. This was the style name, Chikurua. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But they were called that Trail Mid waterproof hiking boots. I was able to figure that information out by looking up the style number on the inside of the boot. Super easy to find. These were a men's size 10.5 wide, and they were in pretty good condition. I love picking up anything like hiking outdoorsy boots, especially with Gore-Tex, which you can see right here. And Timberland in general is just a great brand for boots. Have these listed for $39.91. They sold very quickly on an offer through the International Global Shipping Program for $35.92. This is a vintage Disney men's Mickey pullover sweatshirt. Really like the color scheme of this one, and it was just in really, really great condition. Had this one listed for $34.91, and it did sell at my full asking price. I've been picking up a lot more Disney lately, but to be fair, I've been coming across some really good vintage pieces by Disney. Would not say to pick up everything in Disney, but some key vintage pieces are worth picking up. This is the brand Wooden Ships, which this is my first time selling. And I also put by Paula Buendia in the title because it was on the tag and it seemed to make a difference. Super high quality sweater. This was really pretty lavender colored turtleneck sweater. I did comps on this particular brand and they were doing really well, so I'd suggest you look for Wooden Ships in sweaters. Had this listed for $34.91 and it sold on an offer for $31.42. This is an Eddie Bauer piece. This is a men's goose down puffer jacket. I love picking up goose down anything really, but this one had the particular downfill rating, EB650. And usually when I come across a specified downfill in any brand, they sell much better and for more money. So this was just a black goose down puffer jacket. Again, the style was EB650, which is talking about the downfill. Had this one listed at $59.99 and it did sell at my full asking price. I paid up for this one. I paid $9.99 for this item. Here's a great example of picking something up just for the style and also doing really specific comps while you're at the store if you think the style is good enough. So I came across this Western zip jacket by the brand Fashion Bug, which I feel like most of you know is not a great brand to pick up. However, while I was at the store, I liked the style, so I specifically looked up sold comps on Fashion Bug women's Western jackets and saw that a lot of them were going for $40 to $50, and they had a pretty good sell-through rate. So I picked this one up for $5.99. I had it listed for $44.91, and it did sell at my full asking price. So I was really happy with that. But when you come across something at the thrift store, if you think it's a good style, but you're unsure because the brand isn't something you would normally pick up, just do specific comps with all of that and see what it's going for. Finishing up with Poshmark, I sold this Michael Kors women's black down parka jacket. I believe I paid $24.99 for this, and I picked it up knowing that it was going to sell very, very quickly. Anytime I've sold Michael Kors down parka jackets, the longer length down jackets, always do extremely well, usually just under 100, sometimes over 100. So I am willing to pay up for them just because I've had such great luck with them. So this was a hooded one in really excellent condition. It also had ribbing, which I feel like adds value. It also had a collar lining. So I did do specific comps on that faux fur collar. This one ended up selling for $80, and again, I paid, I believe, $24.99 for this jacket. I sold this Harley Davidson men's raglan shirt. Raglan is the style, the kind of baseball style, and I pass on a lot of Harley Davidson shirts because they don't sell for much these days. They usually sell between 15 and 20. But this one I picked up because it was more substantial with the longer raglan style sleeves. And it was just kind of your classic, neutral, more modern looking Harley Davidson. So I picked it up and sold for $30. So keep your eye out for certain Harley pieces. This is a brand I just learned about. It's called Cult of Individuality. This one actually had a flaw. Here is the brand label, which I wouldn't normally think would be high quality, but I looked at these for the style because they had that grungy kind of, not tie-dye, but bleached out look all over. So super unique, so I did comps on them. And this brand seems to be doing pretty well. I could have actually gotten more for these, except these were a button fly, and one of the buttons was missing the top of the button, which cannot be seen while worn, but it was a significant flaw, so I noted that, but they still ended up selling for $40. Had I not had that flaw, I probably would have listed these closer to $70, but that is definitely a brand you want to look for in men's jeans. And ending with just some bread and butter athletic wear that I'm picking up. Highly suggest you guys also look for athletic wear during this time of the year. I recently picked up these Fabletics maroon leggings, and I picked them up because they had pockets, which usually adds value and gets you more money. So these ones sold for $27, and I do think it's because they had pockets and they were also a size extra large, which was an awesome size. Also sold this by Fabletics. This is a white hoodie pullover. Nothing too special, but a pretty substantial piece, being as that it's a hoodie, and it sold for $25. Also another substantial piece. This is by Under Armour, and I could just feel the quality on this one. There was a lot of work that went into it, plus the color details were really nice with the kind of neon look. You can just tell when Under Armour makes more quality pieces that you should pick up because they just feel so much more substantial. This one also had a small spot and still sold for $30.
Alright guys, so that is the end of today's sales. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. Drop a comment down below and let me know how your sales are going for you this week. If you have any questions about the blue light filter glasses, also drop those in the comments down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.